Greetings, Bards. Got a little video today for you on what I think is just an outstanding holster. The Top Cop by DeSantis Gunehide. They have done an excellent job at making a very nice, inexpensive leather holster. This is made out of premium saddle leather. And on the back side of it, it's got a paddle. Yeah, it's a paddle holster. I personally like to use paddle holsters in certain situations, and there's a lot of people out there that should consider it. They go off on their course of business for the day, and at some time or another they have to take the gun off because they can't carry a gun where they're going. There might be law enforcement doing a detail that requires that, or it might be just a concealed carry person who has to go into a government building and can't take his gun with him. This provides you a way to easily take your firearm off without ever unholstering it, and to put it in the lockbox and lock it up. The thing I like about this holster so much, besides the nice job they did on molding the leather, the gun fits like a glove. Let me show you. Here I've got my Glock 23. Great gun. Love this gun. As you can see, it's empty, it's clear. I'm going to slip it into this holster. And a great fit. And I do not have the tension set exceedingly tight. It's got a device right here with a rubber gasket in between and a screw head, and you can adjust the tension. And I have it on the loose side. It does not need to be very tight for me to be comfortable carrying this, because they've done such an incredibly nice job at molding. This is an incredibly nicely done for the price holster. It's got good leather, and it's priced at most retailers for about $60, a little less than $60, which is an incredibly good buy in a nice holster like this. Now let me take my gun out here, put that aside, and let's talk about the paddle. DeSantis has done an outstanding job with this paddle. It's sized and designed makes it work absolutely fantastic. It's got these 3 holes here, which gives you some breathing room. You know, one of the problems that I've always found with paddle holsters is the paddles are so big, they are incredibly uncomfortable. For the days out, that holster is incredibly uncomfortable, and you end up never using the holster after the first time you wear it. This one, the paddle is about as small as you could possibly get a paddle to be. And they've designed these little hooks on either side. So when you put it in your pants, the paddle in your pants, your belt ends up running through right here, and those little hooks end up sitting. Your belt sits on them like it's a ledge. And you get some really good retention out of that. This is as close to a belt holster as you're going to get in a paddle holster. An excellent design. And the thing I also like about it so much is they have these slots in this polymer paddle up here that these Allen head screws go through that allow you to position this paddle the way you want. Personally, I like to wear my holsters as a straight drop. I like to wear them in 2 positions, either a 3 o'clock or a cross draw with a straight drop. And that's one of the reasons I am a big fan of Avenger holsters. Well, you know, this is about as close to an Avenger holster as you're going to get in a paddle holster, let me tell you. A very minimum amount of holster there with great retention. You can adjust the paddle, so if you like a FBI forward cant, which I don't particularly care for, but if you like that, you can do it. You can position this holster quite a few different ways with the slots they have on the back. I just tell you, they've done an outstanding job on this holster for the money. So if you're looking for a paddle holster, or if you're in a situation, you know, lots of law enforcement have details where they're having to take the holster off and lock it in a gun locker. They're going in and out of courtrooms where they need to lock it up beforehand. Depends on the jurisdiction. Or transferring prisoners, they have to lock it up or whatever. A holster like this can work for them. It's an outstanding holster for somebody who's concealed carry holder that might end up having to go into government buildings where they can't carry the gun. They have to take the gun off and lock it up. You know, it's nice to be able to take the whole holster off and not touch the gun. So you're not risking at any time something coming into contact with the trigger of the gun other than the holster itself. You pop the whole thing off and you put it in the lockbox. It really is just works great. And this holster I've been very pleased with. The only improvement I would make on this holster that would make it a nicer holster is if you had a double piece of leather on the top and maybe a steel reinforcement inside so it wouldn't crush. But this holster is very sturdy, very strong leather, and it's probably never ever going to be a problem. But that would be the only thing I would suggest to improve it. But you know, at this price, I would doubt you're going to get that. That's asking a lot. This is just an incredible holster for the money, and I thought I'd share that with you. And so, till next time, pards, thanks for tuning in, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm not just having a ball doing this. Thanks for subscribing. It means a lot to me when you subscribe. We'll talk at you later.